Hello and welcome to another class. In this class, we are going to learn about the propagation of plant viruses. Okay. Now, in this class, we are basically going to learn that plants also get some viral infection, right? Like just like animals, plants can also get viral infection. Okay. And viruses of plant can cause seed abortion, growth inhibition, plant body rot, etc. Okay. And they can also cause various other diseases which I have not mentioned, but you will observe them with time, or you want to study in detail, you can, of course. Now, why should we care for plants? Because humans and plants are basically interdependent on each other. And if we see from the side of humans, humans need plants for the source of food, jute, medicines, plant products like cosmetics, not just cosmetics, and other products like, we make bags out of it and other stuff also, right? So now we will move to the characteristics of plant virus. Okay, so most of the plant viruses are non-enveloped. Just wait. Okay, here. Most of them are non-enveloped, means they are naked, right? Here I have drawn this virus containing only capsid and nucleic acid part, means it is only a nucleocapsid virus. There is no outer layer which protects it further, and most of the plant viruses they don't have envelope around them. Okay, now plant viruses compared to animal viruses, they shows more shape, size, and even their spread also, like how they transmit from one plant to another, and they have different composition and their mode of entry for infection, right? And just like the animal cells, plant viruses also, just like in the case of animal cells, plant viruses also hijack machinery of the plant cell to replicate and translate and transcribe them. Okay, this must be clear to you all, because they need this process of replication, translation, and transcription to just make another copies of them. Okay, and now we will move to the transmission part. This is very important part. This is the propagation part actually. So first point is vegetative propagation, right? In this picture you will see that there is a agricultural practice called grafting. Okay, in which we as an agricultural person, we cut this blue stems, blue tree stem and green tree stem, and we just cross place them by attaching them with tape or with the bandages, etc. Okay, now this process is called grafting. Now let us suppose that this blue tree contain some sample of viruses. Okay, now this since this contain viruses, so this leaf part and stem part will also contain viruses. Now this will move to this green tree and virus will spread to this tree also. Okay, and this blue stem also contain viruses and will spread to green tree. Okay, now in this case, in the case of blue tree, the blue tree contains viruses and it will shift to the green part also. This is how this vegetative propagation by the means of grafting and budding can transmit the virus. Okay, now the second part is the mechanical transmission. Now in the mechanical transmission, actually this is intentional transmission, and who do this transmission? We humans do this. Okay, humans, basically scientists. Okay, and why we do this is to note the effect of viruses on plant, and we will also use this kind of techniques to do various diagnosis also. These are all laboratory work which are done by viruses. And the next point which through which viruses propagate or transmit themselves are through seeds and pollen. Okay, now let us say this is a tree. Okay, now this tree, when a seed falls down of this tree, the seed will grow into another tree. Now the new tree which is grown, it will contain viruses since this tree was also infected, and this infection will move from seed to the new tree. And same goes for the case of pollens also, right? Now the flower part has this anther. Okay, now the pollen grain will descend from this anther and will move to the female part, and when the new plant will be formed, it will also be virus infected. Okay, and another thing is vectors. Now vectors are the mechanical organisms which mechanically just take it from the source and spread it to a free, or you can say healthy plant, right? For example, the case of bee and ants. Okay, now ants, while walking from one plant to another, they can transmit these viruses, and same goes for bee, because bees collect the fruit, sorry, not fruit, but flower descents so that they can make honey. In that process, when they travel from one plant to another, they can transmit virus also. And there are other things which can also transmit viruses, like mites. You must have heard about mites, right? Many a times you have heard about these mites in the case of animals, but actually they are also not pathogenic but infective in case of plants also, because they can transmit virus from one plant to another. Same goes for nematodes. Nematodes are like worms, as you have seen, like there is earthworm in the soil, right? They can also transmit these virus. And the fungus, right? Fungus start its growth from this point, and let us say here is virus, and when it will spread, it will carry this virus from here to a new plant, right? So that's how they will spread. And that's it for this class. Thank you very much and see you soon.